Good evening, hello, and welcome to Wednesday Night Warlord. Sorry, it's a little bit different from the norm, and I weren't sure how. First, well done, Luke. Uh, yeah, it's later than expected. A long time getting home today, and just checking the old make sure there's no fluff. Sorry, and a lot of because this is totally like off. I don't know what. So yes, I'm still sharing the the thing that I'm actually live. So just bear with me as I try to get organised into something. I am live now. How is everybody? Greetings and salutations to another awesome live stream today. Got a very strong signal, although the little bit keeps on going yellow or orange. How's it coming through at your end, wherever you may be watching this amazing content coming to being? Yes. I hope you're all right and your week has been pleasant enough. Did you have a good weekend? That's an always important question that I always like to ask people. And share away. Get this information out. Bosh. And also, let's get that there. I'll do. So that. Hey, evening, Chrissy. Yes, this is later than expected, and normally, actually, I would have been on about an hour ago, and we've got both cameras because I just realised I haven't shifted the big camera. So you've got me in small box and big screen. It's not better in either. One is in a silly mood. Yeah, seeing double at the moment. Yeah, I do apologise on that. It is quite intense. Because I'm going to do that as well. So you can actually just face on because it's at an angle normally, and I'm just trying to jiggle it and wiggle it and get the old grabby thingy into position. This is off the cuff broadcasting, coming to you live and semi-loud. I'm also going to take my shoes off. Oh, bless. What are you working on tonight, Chrissy? And Luke, my boy, what are you up to? You wonderful critter, you. Right. Here. You don't get this on any other live stream. This complete amateurish approach is key to how I do stuff. OCD. So I'm going to continue from what happened Saturday, which was I was on Saturday, wasn't I? Yeah, it was on Saturday. Yeah, by continue building of the Titan that I was working on. As I said, getting back late and rushing around like a loon for this. And I said, well, I wasn't sure, obviously, if I was going to come on, but I'm here now, and I'm glad that I am. I'm actually in a good hobby mood. Not anything. Working on anything tonight. Getting my Underworld kit sorted for tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's Mr. Llama. Is it just Mr. Llama you're playing against, or is there other people, or is it an actual event thingy tomorrow? Building a Mamook. Lord of the Rings elephant. No, it's as Samway. It's an Oliphant. Oliphant. I wanted to see an Oliphant. Get these out of the way. Get these in place. Get that light cracking there. That's a bit better. Bit brighter. Seeing as this is going to be it's a Bugman's Bash. I did see who did I see today? Nick, your buddy Mr. Baton, as he walked past Ford World store. And that's it, really. Don't talk to each other. To be honest, I could be prepping a chain fist also. Well, I would not be surprised that you wasn't doing something with a chain fist. Because that was from dude that used to work at Ford World, wasn't it? Chaffee, surname. Can't remember his first name. The CC. Who was clearing out his old stash of Ford World stuff. But yes, it's been a good day. And hey, Sophus, nice to see you, dude. The biggest thing, which some of you may have already seen, was my surprise at finding the Ordo Sinister Warlord Titan upgrade available in a box on its own. But where I shared that on a couple of Discords, I've been surprised to hear that some people have had experiences where they've gone to buy it and then told that they have to buy a Warlord as well. Now, is it in the context that you can't buy that without buying a Warlord, or are they just saying you need a Warlord for that sort of thing? So that's what I'm thinking. You know, the salespeople there, they're always going to like upsell on things, and the Warlord is a pretty hefty upsell. Because obviously when they originally came out back in 2020, yeah, 2020, when they came out, the Ordo Sinister Warlords, the box came along and you had, basically I picked it up from the event I was going to, and you just all in a bag, all there, ready to pick up. So, and it's separate anyway. But now you can buy it separate. Why can't you just buy it $27.50 as it is priced? Which I don't, to be honest, for what you get compared to some of the other weapon packs that you can buy, and a Warlord Titan weapon on its own is normally 20 quid on its own. So for $27.50, you've got the weapon arm, the left hand of darkness, as it's known, which is the big Sinistorum Tenebrae, is its other name. You get the head, chest part, the connector that goes between the head and the chest part, and on top where the void shield generators normally sit, you have this other bit of resin there, which is part of like the psychic channeling matrix thingy. So for $27.50, that's pretty good. And considering that you can't have like, well, technically you can't have lots of side titans running around because it's an auxiliary titan. So in a maniple, you have to have a maniple before you can have an auxiliary titan. So the only way you could get two of them is if you was playing a very large game and went min-max. So like the smallest, like the cheapest maniples are like normally going to be Warhound only maniples, like Lupercal sort of thing. So 2 of them, and then because the Warlord Sinister normally romps in round about 750 points, so that's 1,500 points. So you've got, yeah, you'd have to be a 3,000 point game to get 2 Sinisters on the table. So you're never going to really buy a lot of Auto Sinister stuff unless you are participating in big games, which doesn't normally happen with AT. You don't normally see like mega battles going off. I definitely haven't seen any massive mega battle type things happening with Titans running around loose. But yeah, so are you doing more of your Skitari, Sophus? I think I did see you. Did I get tagged in your, or someone tagged me in your post on Instagram the other day? I haven't been much on the social media for the last few days. It's just not been in the zone for dealing with those sort of things. So that's probably why I haven't replied to anything for like 2 days on most social medias. I've just been having a little bit of a break from things. It was also half built. We may need to pry it apart. Oh dear. Sorry, I have Jack Daniels. So, yeah. Right. Yeah, I've distracted myself because I was going to say something else completely different earlier on. But with the building, I've not been doing much hobby recently. Only hobby I have done was on the last live stream. Again, just work, tiredness in general. You know, I'm an old man. Older than the hills. I'm the old man of the sea. Yes. And, yes. Sorry. And, yeah, so what I was going to say, because of a certain delightful individual in the chat, who is one of my hobby sons, because he got himself some decals made from Scumbag. Scumbag, whatever. I can't model. I don't know. But he does. If you ever need decals for anything, and I mean anything, that guy is freaking awesome. And the turnaround is fairly quick. Sunbeam's going to get me an enlightened box. Oh, bless her. So you'll be starting with the. Oh yeah, because that's something. Sorry, I'm distracting myself. Sorry. It's like I start something and then something else happens and then I'm just like, oh look, squirrel, and yes, yes. So Reaver Titan with this thing on the top because somebody in the chat, aka it's Customs, Scumbag Customs. Luke got himself some Vulturum decals, and he got me a sheet as well, which was very nice of him. And so I'm going to put some big feck off symbols on there. Walking on more Pelstas and Brass Rod I need has turned up. Some more hot plots to turn for more hot plots to turn up. Awesome. I love what you're doing with those bodies as well, because they're really sort of like quite like sinisterish in a way, sort of thing, unique, and they have that sort of like preternatural sort of flow to them, which are like all robes and everything. So like the Magos who created that particular batch have really gone to town on making them sort of like elegant and deadly, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. Right. So, yes. Again, distracting myself. So that's what I picked up the other day, which is the Britannia fleet set for Dystopian Wars, which you get all those ships. So big battleship, 2 cruisers, which you can do in like 3 different types of cruiser, and then there's 3 frigates. Although I think it's meant to be 4. Yeah, there's 4. So you have 4 frigate type dudes, the 2 battleships which you do, or the 2 cruisers which you've got various alternates, and then this behemoth here. So box wise, it's lovely art, it's nicely done, but it's a slip sleeve, and then you've got that box, which is upside down. Sorry. Rather nice. It is rather nice looking box, I have to say. I appreciate a nice, lovely looking box. It looks authentically sort of like a leather chest trunk. So the battleship's base is resin. So that's quite nicely detailed, I find. Solid as well. That's smooth. But yeah, the details on that is really quite good. And it's quite, as I say, quite a chunk. So, because I do have biggish hands. I've always had big hands. I should have been a goalkeeper. Just trying to find something that I've got that I can. So yeah, obviously, Reaver's legs by comparison. So it's 2 Reaver's legs tall at least. So there, and then 2 Reaver's legs tall. That's a new measurement for measuring things. So yeah, it's a really nice piece, to be fair. And basically, for what you get in here, I was saying the other day, after I got this, is like, I think the box set from Wayland is £44 for this. So basically, this here is a Crown frontline unit. So they do a box set called a frontline unit squadron sort of thing, squadron whatever, which you get the 4 frigates and the 2 cruisers. So that's normally sort of, I think, £27.50 on its own, and this is technically works out to sort of like 18 quid. Was it 44? So 44 take away 20, so say 28. So that'd be £16 practically for that lump of resin in that detail, which as a model on its own, that's not bad, although obviously you do utilise parts from this kit. So there's spare parts in here which would go onto here, from what I can work out. The other thing, as I did mention, they don't come with instructions, but the instructions are all on their website. So you literally just look up on the website, there's your instructions, and you just build the different variants of cruiser. These things are just straightforward anyway, these little frigates. And then you can plonk those turrets in there. So you've got so the big 3 cannon jobbies there. So you've got these rocket missile duties, and these are torpedo launchers, I believe, from what I understand. although I don't really understand. So I'm just making this up as I go along. But yeah, I don't know what that is, but that's also got a plugging thingy, so that must be something for someone somewhere along the line. Again, didn't really pay much attention. I'm not building this yet, so I don't have to pay much attention. But yeah, so you got your selection. So you could put like 3 cannons on there, or you can put 1 of each, or whatever you want. So you get, there's your sprues. So 1 cruiser and 2 frigates per sprue. And I say even these are actually really quite nice as well. You know, the detail on them is pretty decent, pretty crisp. So you got different bow sections, or this bow and stern. Yeah. So different bow sections, so variations on the ships, as well as the different sort of front sections. I believe that's a rear section. So you got the shorter one, so it's like a smaller cruiser and a bigger cruiser. So yeah, it's well thought out. I have been impressed with these kits. I'm not under any sponsorships or anything, and I know Mellow Shade's not here tonight. But yes, is there a lag on? Was that just lagging just now? If anyone can answer, that'd be wonderful, because it's weird, because the signal is like pretty freaking awesome. It's better than Saturday nights, but I just had the little thingy going around, so I don't know what the hell's going on there. Sorry. Oh, so, but yeah, it's an impressive box set. Phil, once I get some stuff going, can probably give me a game of shooty, like a minute. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I was getting worried there. So when you've been out of contact for most of the day and you've just got so much going, oh, now I've got hiccups. Great. Right. That's better. Right, I think I'm finally getting there anyway. Going to split the hunt for Prometheus with him. All right, cool. Yeah, that's the thing, because like he's doing his Russians, so it's Commonwealth, and if you're going with it, it makes sense, you know. Get some stuff. So what has he got? Has he got those dudes then? The not enchanted. Is it enchanted? No. Enlightened, isn't it? Wow. Right. Nothing I can do. So I'm also going to try and avoid doing any drilling. There's the other night, obviously scared poor Chrissy. Ross. So I'm trying to get as many plane surfaces on board this dude. I do have another 2 Reavers. Okay, I'll avoid the drilling. And let it not be said that I don't take care and consideration of my my viewers' needs and requirements, because I do. What I could do, I know. So I'll say I am babbling tonight, but I'm in a good mood. So yeah, I'll just babble. Don't mind me. I'm a babbler. Babbler. Ross. No. So hit there. So what are you using for your underworlds? What team? Because I have no idea what the hell. I just know you guys just turn up at Bugman's en masse and go around kicking ass. Because as you know, I'm an old dithering fool that just enjoys big titans stepping on things. Damn it, Janet. Oh, your ghosties. Yes. So again, obviously, where I've not been figured. Did you like paint some sort of like extraterrestrial stingray or something the other day? I'm sure I saw your name attached to some sort of like, it looked like the cosmos on the back of a stingray. If that was you, as I said, I haven't been paying attention. I apologise. I throw myself at your mercy. If that was yours, that was fucking stunning. And yes, I used an F-bomb there because I think it deserved it, because it looked pretty bloody fantastic. That was last night, was it? Okay. It was a fin toad. I will promise, like, again, day off tomorrow. I will go through all my social medias and obviously like the fuck out of that thing. Because I did catch a glance. As I said, I was sort of being reclusive, and I'd gone through and I saw something, and I weren't interacting. I was just flicking through stuff. I don't know, as a distraction, I guess. You just have those days where you just don't want to interact, and that's what I was doing. So I will make amends, and I shall like everyone here, I will like your post. Don't worry, because I like your stuff anyway. All of you that you are spending time with me, you know I like your stuff because I tend to like it and press that like button and stuff because it's glorious. Right. So again, not drilling, and this is what I do with my rivas. So I always attach normally the right arm because it's just easier to have just one arm where you interchange for a close combat weapon. Because unlike my son, I don't go for dual fists. That's not how I roll. How he rolls, I support him in his endeavours. And I enjoy the fact that he gets his chances more often now. Two walks now he's got into close combat and beaten things up. So you know it just goes to prove that if you dream that dream and reach for the stars, you can tear someone's face off with a titan. So as I said, with the old lefty, I like a southpaw. My guys just want hugs. They're misunderstood, man. So, as we discovered the other day when I scared people, I drill through that part there, and then with a 3x2 neodymium magnet, I'll pop one into there, and it will do what I want it to do, which is to magnetize stuff. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to experiment here. We're going off piste, people. So I'm actually going to, because normally I'll put it in there and then I'll poke that in and things happen when you poke things in, apparently. And I'm going the other way around. I'm going with this in first and then go through the bottom with that. Stop it. It's a family show. And we're going to do the reverso. So plonk that on there. So you make sure it's how I want it. All funky. So I'm going to stick the magnet. So obviously the polarity I always want is that way. So that top one has to go into there. So to safeguard it falls into the right position, I'll turn that upside down. I shall, no, behave yourself. Plonk that there. Where's the super glue? Bit of super glue in there for there. And then use magnetism to... Oh, you twat. God damn it. It was going so perfectly. Obviously, not as perfectly as I hoped. Seems weird. Let's put some more glue. So that has gone in. So yes, so that's how I do's it. They go back into their little magnet box. Voila, magnet expert. Hardly. Ho, 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 ho. So that's the main part. So I've still got to drill that out with my drill, which we won't. This is a no drilling show. Is it a show? Don't think so. Not really a show, is it? It is a travesty. That's what it is. I'll get them out of the way. That can go. That can go. What that's there for, I don't know, because I haven't got any bottles of beer. So that's that. That's that. Weapones. We have the weapones. Ooh, look, a fist. Of the chain fist variety, yes. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, So these actual weapons on here are fairly straightforward to assemble, which is nice. We don't like overcomplicated or convoluted building. I've also might have agreed to build Phil's War Masters. Got 2 War Masters. Doesn't want to build. So that might be my thing. Sometimes you just got to do things for those that you love just to shut them the fuck up. We had spotting Eddie Stobart lorries, and he wanted to see what the names were, and a lot of the lorries we saw, like, oh, there's a Stobart, and as you got to the front, it wasn't a Stobart tractor on the front cab. It was like some other make, non-Stobart livery. Sorry. So you had the trailer, but not the actual cab. So the actual, the main thing, which is named. So it's like, what's going on with it? most disappointed. Actually, that reminds me, I just got to. Oh yeah, quick old massage. Where is he? Where are you? Make sure he's running. He loves running Titans. Oh, we've got another magnet to do. It's all fun here. Magnetizing and not drilling. Pardon. Right. Magnets! Bring forth the magnets! Not those magnets. No, those ones. Who this Reaver? Good question. I think this one. I think I was doing this one as Rob, Grizzly Rob. Oh, no. So we want that on the blade, like thus. Ha 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 ha! Got you. Yeah, I'm sure this is, yeah. Wipe off the excess adhesive. Plonk with the blade. Swipe. Move finger. Squish! To make sure it goes into its little socket. Haha. Perfect. So that is one magnetized weapon, which is always good. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, technically, it was I've got to do leaky and I've got to get the rest of the children in. So you know, I've got no. Sorry, this isn't Rob. This is the other Rob. It is a Rob, but not the Rob that this is. Crystal's other half, Rob, aka Nomad Vandal, because this is Nomad Vandal. I'm just going to keep the name. I did do a high gothic version, I think. I'm going to check now. No, get off. Done. Yes, I'm done. Vulture and Vulture and Vulture and Vulture and Vulture and. Yeah, so I did sort of change the name a little bit as Nomades Vandali, aka Low Gothic Nomadic Vandal. Um, just to spin it. I did Magusa. Yes, we got Magusa, who got an engine kill in the game that I played with you. Well, played with your Titan. That was up against Phil at one of Crystal's Wayland Games meetup we done last September. I'm thinking September. So yeah, you got engine killed. Well, no, you got 8 engine kill. Crystal got her one got shot. Which I did say, oh, Crystal, Phil's just killed you. Because I totally dobbed him in. Totally. I can't believe you just killed Crystal. I can't believe you just did that. Because I think it's fair. You can't kill, like, you or Crystal or Luke or Ivy or Jinx or Rob or me or Phil. Phil can't kill Phil. Yeah, fuck, there's 3 Robs. Jesus, there's 3 Robs in the family. My God, it's full of Robs. But yeah, you perform admirably. I think you actually killed somebody with a Vulcan Mega Bolt from behind, which is always good. It's always good to get because obviously you get bonuses to damage from the side, and more you get +1 to damage from the sides and +2 from the rear. So a Vulcan Mega Bolt with standard damage is only 4. But when you're shooting a Titan that's already taken a lot of damage, as the damage track progresses, you get like +1, +2, +3. So you were doing a minimum of 7, and then adding in the +2 from shooting from behind was probably one of the strongest Vulcan Mega Bolters in existence at strength 9. And with Vulcan Mega Bolters as well, when you got 6 shots at close range, you get +1 to hit. So you are hitting on a 2 plus with 6 shots, and if you roll a 6, you get an additional hit. And I think like I rolled like 2 6s, so it was just like there was one miss, and it was just like, yeah, it was like the Death Star in Vulcan Mega Bolter technology. Yeah, I think it's dead. And well, I say with a 2 target, well, on a 5 plus, because if it was a targeted shot, it would have been hitting on a 4 plus. And so it was 2 6s, so that's 4 shots straight off the bat at strength 9 into an already badly damaged Titan. It was dead from just then. So yes, so you have an engine kill, engine kill, as we would shout out very loudly when killing engines. I love Titans, but when I'm fighting other Titans, the one place you do not want to be is on the other side of the table from me. I just like, it's my job. I have to kill things. They are the bad Titans. They must die. So yeah, you have like a little engine kill badge. Did it. Absolutely did it. And that's the thing, like, in the last like Titan Walk, the last main one we do, because the big one, like the premier event, the premier Titan Walk event of the year, the Titans Owners Club Titan Walk in Milton Keynes, is a 2-day event. And on the last one, Iracundus, my little buddy, my famous little buddy, he scored 2 Titan kills with its Apocalypse launcher. And again, Apocalypse launchers and Vulcan Mega Bolters are normally just used for stripping shields, to get at the vulnerable armoured cores underneath. Because obviously, once you get rid of the void shields, you hit them with the big guns first. So the way it plays out, so if you had an unharmed Titan in front of you, you shoot it with your lowest strength weapons that could strip the shields. So you go low to high. Soon as the shields are down, you go high to low, because you want to do as much damage as possible with your biggest, baddest weapon that you've got to like really kick them when they're down. And then, because hopefully, like, if you've hit them with something potent, like a melter cannon, for example, which is like 11 strength, although you can't target with them because they're a blast template. So you roll your dice to hit, you hit, woo, roll location, and you want either the body or special on the smaller Titans, because special counts as body anyway, because smaller Titans don't have anything special. It's only War Masters at present that have special equipment within their makeup. So you want a body hit, and on a Reaver, I think it's like you got to just get 10 to damage. So if you get a strong hit from a melter cannon, because it's a blast template, so if it's a direct hit, you get 2 hits for the one shot, because the little hole in the middle, if that's directly over the model, that's double hit. So you get 2 hits. So 2 hits at strength 11. If you rolled sort of like 5s, so you're doing 16s, that's 2 crits. So that's it'd be pretty easy to show you actually. So if I just call up the... No, I don't want to check for new data. Oh, come on. All right, so you go in the other one. Time checker. Right. So on a thing like that, so you've done 2 crits. So you apply the basic damage first. So 2 crits is 2 strength and 1 crit. So you go 1, 2, and crit. And you go 1, 2, and a crit. So that's any other shots now from any other weapons get +1 to the damage. And it's already on that. So basically, if you did something else shot it and it got another crit, that would then take you to there. You're still alive. And that point is when you're shooting it with your lowest strength weapon, because, as I say, Vulcan Mega Bolter is 4 + 3, so that's 7s. It's a targeted shot, so you've got to roll 5+, unless you're at very close range and you get +1 to your Vulcan Mega Bolter. So you might be hitting on a 4+ on a targeted shot, which is always nice. So you get your hits in. So say you got a couple of hits, then all you got to do is roll 4+ on a d6, and then that Titan is dead. totally did it, as you said. So the worst place to shoot on a Titan in Adeptus Titanicus is the head, because it's more armoured. The legs are the second worst, and then the body's nice. But normally the body's got more structure. The head has less structure, but it's harder to hurt. Yeah. But that's basically what you're after. You want to get into the body. But the one thing is, like if you were shooting and you rolled a weapon, that's annoying, especially if you've got a really good, like, powerful shot in sort of thing, and you hit a weapon. You just go, oh, because it's a wasted shot. Because if you shot like the Vulcan Mega Bolter, for example, you're not getting any bonuses to the strength or anything on a weapon hit, and then you've got to roll. Probably you have to roll like a 6 at least to disable the weapon. If you do that with the first damage roll, all those other damage rolls are wasted. It doesn't carry over. All those shots have gone in, and basically all the shots have gone in, and it's those mass shots that have done it. That now that weapon's deactivated. They can repair it, but it's offline, so they can't shoot you with it or punch you with it. Which sometimes, when you've got somebody bearing down at you with 2 power fists, you target the power fists and just hope to take them out, because then he's going to be like, it's going to be like the Black Knight from Monty Python. However, he says, however, if you shot a disabled weapon, any damage that qualifies goes onto the body. Though you don't get as much damage per se from targeting the weapon, because there's different levels. Like, it's strength 7, it's this, or strength 9, it's that sort of thing. You always want a nice direct solid hit with a weapon, but you can target the weapons to actually do damage to the body. So it also keeps the weapons out of action, and you're targeting the body. But with that, then I think if you hit the weapon 3 times, then you'd get 3 devastating explosions or whatever. So that's good in that respect. He says, yes, yes, yes. Right. Learned that mistake trying to punch out John. John came up to me after you ripped his head off, and he was going, "He ripped my head off." And I'm like, "Why are you telling me this? You're at the other end of the battlefield. I care not for your problems. I've got problems of my own right here." It was just like, it was like, he ripped my face off. I couldn't have been more prouder. If you're gonna do like beat somebody up in close combat in Titan warfare, then ripping off their head is pretty much the way you want to do it. Adds to the drama. Top laser. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Now you mentioned that. Well, so See, the thing is, like with the Titans Owners Club and Titan Walks, sometimes there's a few people at these events. I don't know everybody, and it's like this is the first time I've actually like spoken to him, so I don't have that connection to care. It's like, okay, you've had your face ripped off. There's nothing I can do about it to change the fact that you're dead. um, I'm being shot at here by several knights, and there's lots of reavers in my way. I've got things to do. I've got more pressing things to worry about. But yes, so yeah, it might have been a little bit cold, but I don't know you. I can't be emotionally invested in somebody I don't really know. So yeah, I'm sure I'll make it up to him and speak to him and be a bit more fluffy next time. But you know, I do get abused. I feel that I do get abused because I get targeted, deliberately. I would say, I get shot at a lot. I'm nothing but lovely and fluffy. I don't know why. People just don't seem to like me. I take it as a compliment, though. Yeah, they're all trying to kill me. That's funny that he was talking to Grizzly, because we were actually talking about Rob, in a way, because we were talking about this Titan, because Luke asked me which one it was, and it is a Rob, but not that Rob. John Ball, Rob tried to stop me from going to the head as I made a mistake of it. Has less pips and then it takes less damage to the body. Whoops. Funnily enough, Ben, we were actually we were talking about that actual incident today as well. Earlier on, not here but elsewhere, about how Leaky killed a warhound with his defense lasers. And it was a headshot as well, wasn't it? But the thing is, if your Titan dies, you want it to die in an interesting way because it makes, you remember it. Like everyone will remember that you got shot dead by a defense las cannon. The Ardek's defense weapons. Yeah. Leto's, they don't have a great, a great survival. They never see the end of the movie or book. It's a bit mean by him. Yeah, I know. There was I was at one of the early Tyrannus Owners Clubs meets. We were doing like a Titan versus Knight versus Knight with it was 10 knights aside with a Reaver Titan on each side because Ben had his Ben Greaves had Stevie with him and I had Iracundus with us, and we were facing off, just firing the hell out of each other sort of thing. And this was a little while after they brought out the Night Warden, Crusader, and Gallant versions. So obviously we'd already had ours built and painted, and but obviously you get this like the Iron Storm missile systems and the AA mounts. and we were winding each other up by taking pot shots with the AA guns in the hope of killing a knight with those things, just to just to say, yeah, I killed your Titan with a fucking AA gun. Yeah, but it is say losing a Titan's one thing, but losing it in a strange and interesting way is always better. It softens the blow, I find. You know, who wants to die just, oh yeah, overwhelming fire just absolutely obliterated me, or yeah, it was just a lucky fucking shot. You know, chance in a million, because you'll always be talking about it. And like next time you meet up with Leaky and Phil, and you go, "Oh yeah, remember that time you shot my face off with your fucking defense lane?" it just makes everybody like laugh. You know, it's a good thing. You did well in letting yourself get killed by them. You've provided lots of entertainment and joy. You brought happiness to somebody. I'm trying to soften the blow in some way. I don't think it's working. Yeah, it could be worse though, Ben. You could be Matt. You know, we all know how bad at rolling he is. It's fine. I'll take his warlord's head off next time, to be honest. I'll bring at least 5 Christoris, 2 Cerastus, 6 Armagers, and a Venet and That's the way you do it. You bring the pain. Unleash the devastation. It was quite ironic that you took out the Imperator with a Quake Cannon at long range, seeing as you're such a purveyor of fisting. Nobody would have expected that. Not from you. Anyone but you. They probably thought, we're safe here. No one can shoot us. And then Fisty McFisterson pops up with a right hook from a Quake Cannon. Or a toe stomp, in this case. What's that? What are you working on at the moment, Ben? Army girls can outflank until they can't. Ah. Nice. Well, you'll be happy to know I won't be at greetings. So the survivability on enemy princeps has gone up. Right, I'm going to do a little bit of stealth drilling. So if Chrissy's still about, she won't get upset at the noise. Oh. Then the incidence of fisticuffs is severely dropping at that. And I'm sure there's people like John who ought to be glad that you're not turning up. I'm going to play with my knights. I may bring my Indians. Do it. Do it. Do it. Luke, or and Ben actually, with a warlord power fist. Is it free attacks you get, or free attacks you get with one of them? So imagine that you've got a warlord power fist. It hasn't charged. Is it free attacks base with a hitting on a 2+ with a warlord power fist? And what damage does one, like? What's the base damage as well? It's the size, isn't it? So it's size 10. Strength 12. Alright, okay. Oh yeah, strength 12. So let's have a look then. Hmm. Yeah, sorry, yeah, I don't remember. Actually, let's have a look. So I can look at something else. So I'm just trying to look up stuff, which is very vague, I know. I'm just trying to look up I recorded the don't think I did. So I'm just looking at some old pictures from like several years ago, from the 2019 walk. Let's see if I had. I'm sure I took a picture of my terminals. I always tend to take pictures of my terminals. Obviously not. Oh, there was actually, sorry, I was just looking at something else from. Hey, Sophis, how are you, buddy? I was when I 2019 I went to Denmark, and on the way back, so in Denmark airport, I was having a message conversation with ADB, and I looked over. So I'm standing like, waiting for check-in and all that stuff, or waiting to board the plane. Basically, check-in's what happened. Speaking to ADB, and I looked up and saw this dude who is like a dead ringer. I know that he's a shaven dude. He has the same beard, glasses, and general outlook and appearance and height and everything. I'm like, dude, this is just like really freaked me out. You're here. I sent him a picture, and that was it. As I said, I was just looking through for the photos of the Titanwalk from 2019, and I just went too far back and found that. Yeah, that's fucking surreal as fuck. Yes. Oh. Yeah, no, obviously I haven't recorded that, which is quite annoying. Or did I? Or was that on Saturday? Oh no, that was on the Saturday. Damn it. Hey, Crystal. Hello, welcome. So awesome people were turning up all of a sudden. Well, there's awesome people always here, but it's a nice, pleasant surprise when I look up and see somebody else has just snuck their way in. Um, how are you? How's Chaucer? How are you? How's Rob? How's Chaucer? How's H? How is everyone in the McDowell household? Are you actually hobbying, or are you just reading? Brass. Chrissy was around somewhere earlier on. I think she might have just nipped off. She's getting her stuff ready for tomorrow's adventure. Brass. What was you working on today, Sophis? As well. Yeah, when I waved to you earlier on, Crystal, we were in a really big traffic jam. It took freaking ages this morning. It should have been sort of. I made up time later, funny enough, but the M25 was pants all the way from. Well, even the A127 was a bit poo as well. So it just took forever to get that way. It didn't lighten up until we got to sort of towards Potter's Bar and then like the A1. But yeah. You coming to the big? Yes. Yeah, rest up. I saw the rest up, and then I saw you. Oh, me. Yeah. I was writing invoices and trying to make a realistic commission price list. I've been told I'm still too cheap. I don't know what you charge, but whatever you do, double it or triple it because you do awesome work. I'm not just saying that because I'm your admin. I'm just being honest. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, some people, if they're getting a commission piece by somebody who's quite known within the hobby circles, you know, you got to put a little bit of a markup on that. And I know it's not your normal sort of thing though, because you are actually a really nice person. So, but yeah, I don't. As I said, that's why I don't do like this commission stuff because I paint how I like to paint, and when I'd be terrified if I handed back something that I thought was okay, but they still put a wanted, and that would upset me, and that's why I don't do it. So yes, so I do. I'll just charge $330 for 15-man Blood Bowl studio, and Chris told me that's too cheap. That one you just finished because they're freaking awesome. That's so I don't know what the bloody because there's all different levels as well. You just again I'm an old grey wizard. I'm a wizard, Harry. Right, I'm going off on one. I had no idea. Like I remember seeing something that said, "Oh, like it's the model plus double or whatever," and then if you're having it with base work, and if you're having this done, and it all escalates. But like what you did with that team was that the wasn't the Goblin one, was it, or the Snotlings, or was it the Dark Elder ones? I, you do so much Blood Bowls. But anything that you do, because you put so much into them as well, you know, and that's what you get. You are getting a very good quality finish with your work. So you should, yeah, you should. And if like people like Chris and that, like, you know, he does exceptional work. He knows quality when he sees it. So yeah. Well, that's nice. You know, that that is actually really nice. That they, although you were only charging that they actually said it's worth more. So even that little bit is actually really quite nice. The display message. You're too good for this world, Crystal. God bless you. I love you. And I say you do take your time with things as well. I know, like, you get some commission painters and they just like, especially like there's a few I know that like just whiz through things with their um doodah, not the way the doodah, sorry, airbrushing and stuff like that. But you put so much time and effort into your product, so your work. All right, Sophus, thanks for hanging out, buddy, and I hope you've got a few more hoplites and skitari or secutari done for your Titans. Catch up with you again. Yes, Saturday if you're about. So should be on, as long as the internet works. Probably because I moaned that they were awful to build and paint. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and you're not one of these people that will not. Just being honest, you know, and there's nothing wrong with being honest. Yes, they're a pain in the ass to do. And sometimes we don't realise that until we're in the thick of things. But it's still, you know, some people would still just say, "Oh, it's 250. That's it. That's all you quoted me. That's all I'm paying." At least they've sort of like, you know, gave you that little bit extra because, again, it's like it is an individual work of art. You know, nobody paints like you. You have a unique style, so that's what they're getting. Um, so yeah. I definitely have a chat with like a couple of those guys that do more on the commission side, and just see what they would, you know, what they would charge, sort of thing, and then just make a judgment call from there. See what you think is fair, you know, because you say you are investing a lot in it, and some of those things have taken a lot of time. Um, I was talking to Phil once because I was saying about like commission painting and stuff like that. And what he was saying is like, you know, you've got to take into account that when you're doing commission work, that's coming out of your personal time. So I think so. It's not just a case of materials, you know, paint and sand and whatever sort of thing, but it's the time it takes you to do something. So if you're taking a longer time and you're doing a much higher quality finish, then yeah, you know, I don't I don't take my time. I rush through things, as we all know. But then that's what I do. That's what I've learned, and that's the skill set that I have. I paint quickly. It may not be the highest quality, but it's got my, you know, touch to it. If you know what I mean. You know, like I have a recognizable style in some respects. You know, as I said, at that Titan walk down at Bournemouth. Um, Badger, who's sometimes on here, he picked out ones that were mine from the others because he said you've got a distinctive style. So once you know what that style is, it's easier to pick out from there. And there was like, I think there was like another, at least a couple of Titans that look similar to a couple of my War Masters. So, but you know, and again, like he's been on here enough to see stuff being painted anyway. Okay, sorry, Sophis, not Sophas. Sophas, Sophist is still here. think of it as like freelance or a tattoo artist. You're including your time it took you to get to that quality standard and paying the time and effort. Yeah, was it Kira the other day was saying about her tattoos charging sort of thing. And you said like your like was like £100 an hour. Like when I had my sleeve done, which was 2012. So and I was paying £80 an hour back then, sort of thing. So if she was paying what she was paying, which was actually quite, inflation prices or whatever, she wasn't too bad, I don't think. Lee also leaves candy in the larger titans. I hide it. It makes them sweeter. Citing sweets. No, I'm not going to do that, Sophis. I'm not. I like sweets. I eat sweets. Sweets are mine. It would be. Yeah, that's the thing. It is a minefield with anything like that because I've heard people say, yeah, but it's only taking somebody this amount of time to paint something, expecting that they should take forever. But if you're good at what you do and you're doing it in your technique and skill and all that, you've had that years upon years of experience to get that speed, like in my sort of thing, because as I said, it's like for me it's just efficiency. I'm very efficient on what I'm painting. So when I'm painting one thing, I move on, I paint something else, and then paint something else, and then go back and so and chase myself around and around and around like a dog chasing its tail. But as I said, I'm not the most detailed, like all those little bits and pieces and like the stuff like your freehand checkers. There's like painstakingly awesome. So, that's what you're getting. You are getting a much higher end quality product from a quality painter that you are. So, yeah, so charge more. That's the thing, because you're so used to it. And so, that's the thing. Like, I can paint certain colours better with a better look than other colours because of the experience I've had of painting and working with them. Like up until again, sort of like 2010, 2011, I hadn't even painted anything red, and since then, lots of my stuff has been red, and I've gotten quite good at doing reds because I've painted so fucking much red stuff. They will be in an upgraded price. No more check for £10 a goblin. You want quality checkers, you pay a quality price. But no, you say seriously, always best to, because quite a few commission painters and that, don't you? So, it doesn't hurt to ask, what they, not necessarily what they charge, but what they think would be, a fair price to charge. So I have never had a real frame of reference, and people, unless you're after, certain things, like I know, like I was talking to, I think I was talking to, Ivy, and she was talking about Leaky had been quoted like a stupid sum from somebody, no names, but it was just like, oh, really? And it seemed quite a lot, because obviously he uses, because he doesn't paint his stuff, he gets other people to paint. He builds them. He's really fucking good at building stuff. So he does build commissions. He doesn't paint them. He just builds them with nice like poses, and they're all sort of like nice and smooth, and looking cool. But he doesn't paint. So he gets other people to paint his stuff. So he uses a fair amount of commission painters. Think like I know he's like use Howsham. Was it Howsham or Hendy? Oh. Hey, Sif. Hey, buddy. Sorry, I'm just. Yeah, so like characters and all that. Yeah. So when you're doing sort of like feature sort of models and stuff, then yeah, you put it up, and you say it's all the different sort of levels, because like you're sort of you don't do basic. It's not a basic look that you are providing. You are providing, display quality. So you are expected to pay a premium for that sort of thing. So yeah, that seems legit in my eyes. Because you are getting a bespoke, one in a kind, Crystal McDowell original. So yeah, no, that's what you're paying for, and the thing, like somebody could have a top quality paint, and they say your stuff is freaking awesome, and it's so vibrant as well, and looks great. I love your Black Hawks, and those Black Hawks of yours with the Sotek and the checkers and all that is what got me to do my Black Hawks. So it's all your fault. Yeah, but as I say, it's all. Well, Luke said earlier on, like a day session is like 400 odd quid for 8 hours. So that the bigger sessions that you're doing, you're going to pay sort of a reduced cost, because obviously they could do in 8 hours, if they're doing like £80 an hour. That's like eight is £560 off the top of my head, or was it? Something like that. Oh no! No, I did. No, I didn't. I didn't hear about the troll drop. Sorry. Oh, well, I'm sure you've repaired it, fixed it as good as new. As a customer, I get to say I have a Crystal McDowell squig. Exactly, it's a Crystal McDowell original. Yes, and you can't say that. It's like one of those things. It's like because of your style, it is hard to replicate that same thing. Like, yeah, you might get near to it, but you could tell between yours and somebody else's, like squeak, orc, goblin, whatever. Um, like it might be an extreme example, but Louise Sugden. You look at her work, it's Louise Sugden's work. You know, um, like it's harder sometimes with um, like painters that do go for that realistic look for things. So like Chris Frozen, for example, who does exceptional work. Don't ever tell him I told him that. Um, but you can look at that, but then you could get somebody like Vince, for example, who, like, if they're painting the same model, they'd be fairly similar sort of aesthetic to it, and they would look very, the same. Maybe like someone like uh, like Darcy and Nikki, for example, they've got fairly different aesthetics with their stuff, so you could tell between the two. And that's the thing, is you have that uniqueness about them. And I'm not saying bad about Chris's painting. Like Chris's painting, like that one, that elf dude on horseback he did was freaking awesome. But I'm just saying, like, with that sort of technique, there are other sort of painters that would look, because it's going for that art book look, and because they're all using the same reference, it would be both the same. But whereas you've got character full models or stuff like that, it'll be harder to not to. No, you can tell the difference with painting styles more through that, unless it's something like Spen, because it's going to have lots of streaking grime on there, and it has that look. You can tell a Spen look. Sorry, I was just here. Oh my god, that's brilliant. Dude, that is oh. Sif had a picture taken on his ship whilst out, doing what all good sailors do on ships, and taking out icebergs. Uh, but he had a picture taken, and I said, could I have a little muck about with the picture and do some photo editing stuff and all that? And he kindly said, okay, I'll trust you with this, I think. And what I did, so it made the photograph look more like a painting, and he's actually had it printed off, and he's got it framed on his wall. It's magnificent. Oh, that is beautiful, and I'm really chuffed that you've actually did that as well, because it was a lovely picture as well. Um, that is awesome. That's made my day, mate. Oh, that is awesome. That is so cool. Um, but yeah, my jaws are hurting. My jaws, I've only got one, but my the cheeks are aching. Well, at the end of the day, you've got to go where, if other professionals are saying you're not charging enough, sort of thing. So is it that other people are taking advantage of that, or if somebody wants something done like that, then yeah, you've got a premium to pay. That's the whole thing with any services provided. Why is that person charging more than that person? It's because, well, that person's unique and talented and skilled, and that you will be getting a top end display level product at the end of the day. Whereas that person, they'll do a good job, but if you put them side by side, there's no comparison. So that's why you get what you pay for, and it's blunt and true as that is. So, yeah, no. Well, at the end of the day, you've got to do what's right for you, because you've got a little one on the way. So, mummy has to provide baby with stuff, and you can't sort of you've got to charge what's right. It's like being in work and not being paid for your worth. You do a great job at your work. You are industrious. You deal with the little snot rags, virus carrying monkeys, and you are good at your job. So you should be paid accordingly. To what you are valued, and the same with your commission payment. You should get paid appropriate to your value, because you will always do a great job of whatever you undertake. So yeah, have that. I have spoken, as what's his face said in that I'm just looking at Sif's picture again. That is brilliant. Oh dear. That is up there with the penguin pictures you sent me after I was moaning that you don't send me pictures of penguins. Oh, oh, fantastic. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I'm allowed to show it. I've just seen. Well, actually, what I'll do? What did I? So with that, where did I put that? I'm going to see if I can find the. That's the problem. You've got so many bloody photographs on your phone. I'm fastly. I'm getting very close to having 50,000 photographs on my iPhone. I just can't. I can't help it. Just keep on taking them. Right. I just saw a load of memes from the last walk. Right. I'm sure I did some. Yeah. So this is what I did for Sif. So I don't think I've got. No, I won't have the. I won't have the original. Well, I might do actually. Hold on. So I'm going to do a search through on the date. So I'll have the original, and then I can show what I did. So bear with. No, come out of that. So 2024 and get up to December. December. Where's December? Right. So I need. Who said 8th of December on there? So go the other way. So if I find the bloody thing. If not, I'll just go back and show the finished product. Right, I can't find it. All right, so let's come back out. Right, so anywho, so this is what I did. So I can't show you the before. This is the after. So it was a picture taken on the bridge of his vessel that he was on. He's got on all his medals and all that sort of stuff. So so it was originally a photograph, and then I've made it look like a oil painting, basically. And he's now had that printed out. Right, there you go. Right, admin. All right. So I'll find the original. Yes. So where are we? There we go. Honk. Dots. Yeah. So that was the original there. If it can focus, there you go. So that was the original, and then that was the after sort of thing. So it looks like it's been painted sort of thing, and that, as I say, having that made. How big is that fucking thing? That's a big wall mount. So it's bigger than A4, surely. But yeah, no, that was just brilliant. That is, I'm really, yeah. So, and there it is, mounted on the wall. Sif original. That's so good. That is so good. Oh, dude, that is oh. Yeah, that's brilliant. Almost speechless. You dapper chap, you, sir. Commander Bond. Patrolling the oceans, defending us from imminent penguin attack. Oh. Beep, 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 beep. Oh. So. Yeah, so you're waiting with bated breath for the fist. No, I'm not going to open TikTok. No. That's wrong. That's better. So I can actually see the chat. Because again, because of the setup, I've got the camera above camera here, but it blocks off my view of the thingy. About A3, but next year I'll get another one with bid for you to do, and I'll frame it in a faux antique frame and hang it on the ship when the that'll be years before no one questions it. Yeah, absolutely. And I just walk past it. Wait a sec. Sif. What's he doing up there? Totally got to do that, dude. Totally. Oh, that's brilliant. That's tickled me. Yeah. So that's that whipping. Oh, it's actually Sif, because you wasn't around earlier on. I did get myself some more ships for the dystopian wars. So you actually got 7 ships in this pack. You have the Britannia battleship. You've got 2 cruisers, and shows 3. There's actually 4 in the thing, frigates for this thing. It's a lovely box. Look at that. It's lovely. It's lovely. It's like a trunk. And then your returns. So you've got your 2 sprues. So you've got parts for the cruisers. So you can have 4 variants on the cruiser, which are pretty actually on the back of that there. So you've got those there, but they're the alternate options. So it can build into an Albion, a Belvedere, a Picton, Lancelot, and Sabre class ships, which I don't know what the fuck they are or what they do. I just go for what looks cool, and yeah, so yeah, Lancelot sounds cool, so that thing, but they say all the instructions for building them are all online. But the real impressive thing is the Britannia resin, and it is quite nicely detailed, I find. And it's a chunk, That's a big old chunk of resin. I was saying earlier on, like these two sprues is in a normal box set. It's a frontline like combat squadron. So you get the 4 each sprue. You've got 2 frigates and 1 cruiser, which you can do in variations. So that box set from Wayland is 27.50. This box set is 44. So you're paying about 16.50, I think, or 17 quid. 16.50, yeah, for this resin honk, because you're using parts from these sprues to make the rest of this. So you've got enough of these like stacks on here, because you can do the different variations, that you can actually stick them onto here, those bits on there and stuff. So it's, you know, obviously on its own you can't, but in this set, 16.50, you've got a battleship as well, and that is it's a nice weight as well. But it's just all the little details on it. It's really nice for the crown forces. Yeah, I'll get around to painting that at some point one day, but not today because I've got no paints with me. Yeah, but I was going to say the box itself is really nice. You know, Dystopian Wars. Phil was saying, sorry, just it is quite brutal in battle. In battle. So there's Chrissy, are you still around, Chrissy? Because if she's not, I'm getting the drill out. Oh, evil. I don't think she is. She's probably finished her packing. We have drillage. Oh, that was the chair, not me. No, I'm going to make you wait. Warlord says Hulk smash. Says that will do, as if that is all I'm doing, because I've got to do this one as well. But sometimes you have to clean off the end. Make sure you get the crap out. Alright. Where's the other one? Where is that one? take it off already? Ah, I did. I did indeed. Right, this is Danger Lee. Get that lovely bit off. Performing surgery here. Oh, well, you get some sleepies. So, night, boss. Thank you for dropping in. It's been absolutely lovely having you here and being part of this awesome little community. But no, seriously, you get some sleep. You need it. You can't hang around here. I'm just drilling. But yeah, thank you for popping over. So, and I'll speak to you again, obviously, across various means and areas. So, nighty night, sweet dreams. Luke, Fist Vulcan Mega Bolter Array approved as ranged weapon at TOC admin meeting yesterday. But not in the same turn you're using the fists to punch something in face, accounted for in the strength. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Night, Crystal. Right. I'll say I did get a brief mention of that sort of thing with using the Vulcan Mega Bolters on the back of the Warlords thing for shooting attacks. My 2 cents on it, because originally, because they didn't include that as a firing weapon, but that's why the Claw gets the additional +1 to its close combat. That's why it's got a +2 to hit with that thing, because it's representing as you're attacking, you're shooting as well, sort of thing. So The whole point was that you're gouging out the guts or something and then firing into the soft underbelly with the Vulcan Mega Bolter. So that's why they did the +2 and weren't shooting an attack. Now, I would say that, okay, if you are going to have that as a shooty, that the it's harder to shoot with it. So whereas you normally would have a 3+ to hit, you'll be hitting on a 5+, because trying to aim an arm, a massive mechanical arm, to track, whereas weapons on their weapon gimbals are and all that sort of stuff, you're actually lifting the arm up to shoot. So I would say then that would be a 5+ shooting attack, because, you know, logistically that's going to be harder to do than punching something. But that's my 2 cents. I'm all about realism. Yeah, but Reaver Fist has +1 to hit, but he doesn't have +2 to hit like the Warlord one does. And that's the whole point. The Warlord, if there's a Warlord Power Fist, I think that's only +1. But I'm only going by what the intention for it was from the game developer's point of view, because everyone was going, "Oh yeah, no, just do the same." It wouldn't. You've got your arms at the side, and so you've got to basically track something with a fist, which isn't on a gun mount. So gun mounts are designed for moving the guns, and that's my my logistics for it. Oh yeah, no, that's the thing though. And then I've said this to Luke before, which he has now taken on board with his things. Is basically you have multiple targets. You have to offer up multiple things to clear the way. If you're going to try and get something in close combat, you can't just have one thing walk across. You have to have multiple things walk across, and basically provide distractions. Well, that's the thing though. It depends on how far ahead it's deployed, because you've only got an 80-inch shooting radius with a Vulcan Mega Bolter on upscaling anyway. So when we're deployed, so even if we're deployed in the normal sort of length, it's only a 2 foot in from, or is it 2 foot or 4 foot? Oh no, because we do it different with the smaller Titans. But you're still not necessarily going to be in range in the first turn with a Warlord with with a Vulcan Mega Bolters. Yeah. No, I'm not going to say that's the thing. It's got targets and all it's got all the lenses and all that, but you physically would have to bring up the arm to track the target. Whereas if your gun is already at a level, so from a resting position, sort of thing, you've got to pull up the arm to track the target, and that's the thing. It's not ready pointing unless your Warlord's walking around like that, But then that surely would have an effect on close combat attacks. If he's just walking around like that to shoot, because you have to draw the arm back to punch. So that's what I'm saying. Like logistically, you can't just walk around like that all the time. Just going like warlords walking around like that all the time. But that's what I'm saying. Like in realism, obviously the thing is mounted there, yeah, but it's got to bring it to bear. Whereas cannons are already to bear. That's what I'm going for with that logic, with my logic anyway. But that's, as I said, that's my 2 cents on it. That's how I would approach it. Because you're already getting a bonus in close combat because you've got a Vulcan Mega Bolter on your arm. Damn you missed. Vulcan Mega Bolters can kill Titans. I did that the last walk. There you go. So that's nice. Oh, I'm going to put one in that one. Huh? Oh dear. Oh dear. So weapons. Look, all the weapons are on it, Luke. All the wonderful weapons. There's a mean mother trunk there. Actually, I can actually glue that in place now, so that's actually handy. I sense some unsatisfaction there. Yes, not a pintle mounted multi-melter, just a mounted multi-melter. Oh, shame Crystal's already gone to bed. She would appreciate that. Change fist, change fist. I'm not sure if since I last spoke to y'all, I started watching a TV series on Apple TV called Slow Horses. And it's actually a really good. It's got it's a MI5 sort of drama, which has sort of humorous elements to it. And it's based in a MI5 office where lots of sort of like the rejects get sent to sort of drum them out, and Gary Oldman is the head of this department, and he's a right arsehole. So it's like George Smiley, but the anti-George Smiley from Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy that he played. And I swear he wears the same coat that George Smiley wears, because I actually watched Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy the other day after I'd finished the second season. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was actually really well done. And again, like it's like, you know, these misfits coming together, and you know, it's really quite good. Hey David, thank you very much for popping in and saying hi. Saw you online, want to say hi. No, it's much appreciated, dude. I hope you're all right. And always feel free to pop in and just say hello. You know, it's always welcome. Everyone's welcome. But it's nice of you to actually just pop in. All right. I'll make sure I had to make sure I get the fist around the right way on here. He's a southpaw. Give that a squeeze. Give that a trim. Give that a scrape. Blend that all in. How's your Mulan you did with as Corn, didn't you? You're doing a Death Guard or Nurgle Disney princess now. Is that correct? I haven't been on social media a lot, and I've not been interacting as much as I normally do. But I'm sure I saw you were doing another Disney princess as a Chaos Pantheon warrior. Mulan is almost done, and the DJ Snow White. And you are one for the fans. You as I say, and he does doing that as well gives you so much more leeway because it gets them involved and they get invested and they get to follow the development of Mulan as a Khorne. It was because Khorne Berserker, wasn't it? As I say, if you're not following David's internet profiles, art pages, I can because you've got such a long name in your thing. That's just David Sunderhead. Or do I go around the other way around? Damn it. Studio. Or am I looking at the wrong place here? Instagram. We've got Berserkia. That's it. Colorophobia. That's why I can't pronounce it. Thank you. Yeah, it was a Twitter comment. Wouldn't it be cool if? And then Natasha challenged me to do a trait of legions as Disney princesses. Because it was last year or the year before? Was it a bit of both? Where you done all the female versions of the Primarchs, which was brilliant. And I suppose having something like that as well gets a lot of people excited to see their favourite Disney princesses as a bloodthirsty psycho, just running around hacking the crap out of people. Let it go as she chops off someone's arm. Do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, that's it. That's what I want. So I've got skills. I got skills. So that's Instagram. All the skills. And I think I've done that right. And there's the Twitter. Rapunzel's Fulgrim. That's all right. You're my friend. Of course I'm going to share. I'll show you off. Show you off to all and sundry. Oh, so I'm just going to figure out what. So I'm just mumbling to myself there, sorry. I'm just figuring out positions for getting this bloody thing magnetized. Where's my... Ah, there it is. So, little baby drill, pin vise. So apart from your art that you've been working on, how are you? How's Natasha and everybody else in the family? You're all good? I'm not sure if that was a dog or my belly making a noise there. Right. It's good. Where's my bicarbonate of soda? Pretty good. God, why'd it have to be a beagle? Oh, dude. Oh. Phil, or Engine Phil, who's on here occasionally, who's actually, he lives local as well, he's a friend of mine, and I was with him today. He's got a beagle, and I am the only person that it barks at. Nobody else, just me. It always knows what I'm about. And I could be standing on a door, it senses me, and it so I think ever since, and so I declared it as one of my personal nemesis, or nemesi even. So like as cute as they are, for some reason nobody else. It doesn't bark at anyone else, just me. So I don't know. I must have offended it or something. I don't know. I was just paying it attention and playing with it. Yeah, but you make things sound nice like that, David. I just think he just really hates me. That's all it is. Hunting or beagling. Oh, you've not met Ted. And Phil was sending me like lovely pictures. Oh, look at him! Look at that cute little face. And I go, he's a killer. He's a wanton murderer. He's just trying to kill me, lure me in. Grass. Where's that bit there? And making sure that goes into the right section, because I'm renowned for doing things wrong on occasions. I have that with cats. All cats, they know when I'm around and hiss at me at best. I find that impossible to believe, David. Who could hiss at you? Hounding. Right, okay. Are we ready, Luke? Are you sitting upright and paying attention? I don't feel that you're paying attention, Luke. Pay me attention, Luke. Luke. Probably going to get himself a drink or something. Or the cat. Cat's attacked. Oh no, the cat's attacked him. Because you're on here, David. Luke's new cat. Oh, he's back. All right, he's alive. I was worried that Leonidas had attacked you. I think not 100% sure that's because I had an incident with a cat age 5 and scarred me for life. Yeah, that I got like I think it might have been about 5 or 6, and I got bitten by a dog, and it was a small Yappa type dog, like a sort of like a hyped up Pomeranian or something. So one of these little fluffies ones, and the mum was like, "Yeah, fluffy dog, I got a fluffy dog," but it was a definite like sort of thing, and I ran away from Barky Dog, and Barky Dog chased me, jumped up and bit me right up my upper thigh. So I've actually got a scar, which, you know, if it was a proper trained attack dog, I would not be the man I am today. But yeah, he was. Yeah, uh, so small dogs, I never really like. You know, I don't know, but at the time it bit me. I was like, ah, it's a dog. I've been bitten. I'm dead. Yeah, but yeah, that was it. It was my fault because I ran away from a dog. But again, in those days, you get bitten by a dog, you must have been doing something wrong, and nothing happened or anything. So no dogs were destroyed in that respect. Right, Luke. So Darius. That is the arm, the cheeny fist. That slots just into that position there. So couple that with his base. I don't think that's too bad a pose, really. It looks better with the chain fist. That bot, the cat bit me. I honestly, David, I've had so much trouble, and problems with writing messages and auto correcting, changing everything. You know, and even after I've written a legitimate word, it's changed it, and you send it off, you can't edit it after you send it, and you're like, what the feck? What the hell? But yeah, he's a mean looking dude. This one, Nomadus Vandali, Nomadic Vandal. I'm pretty pleased with that. I think he's badass. I might actually do because what I was doing with the base there, I was actually with the drill, just run it across a bit for more damagey. So bear with. Sorry. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So a bit more damage on there, and the poos. I firmly believe autocorrect is drunk permanently. Also, it's freaking awesome model. That Reaver for Titanicus, or is it Mechanicus? But it's Titanicus. This is the 130th Titan in my collection for AT. It is my 131st Titan that I have built for AT, because I built a Warhound for Nikki Loftus, because I don't remember, for her 30th birthday a few years ago. One never gives away the true age of a young lady. We all chipped in to buy her a Warhound because Dan Abnett named a Titan for her, or after her, which was Mobius Sire in the book Titanicus. I said, as part of my part for her birthday, because she is my dark sister and I'm her shadow brother, because we adopted each other, as I adopt a lot of people, as you know. I said I'd build and paint it in what was the Legio Invicta colours before they changed them all. So I built and painted a 40k scale Warhound. And then when AT came out, I thought it would be only prudent to actually build her Morbis Sire in smaller version, which I think I can actually show you, because I know where that freaking picture is. I was having trouble finding a picture earlier on. I did some, I do my little photo editing shenanigans and stuff. I did something for Sif in here, which I will show you after I do the. Where's Morbis Sire? I knew where it was. I saw it. I saw it. Oh, for goodness, bugger! Where the hell is it? Oh no, that would be later, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Looking too early. Actually, while you're here, David, here's a picture when this is from 2018 when I went round to Brian's house. A picture of us having a disagreement about the colours on shoulder pads on knights. Look how he could fit two of me in him. Where's Mobius? So many freaking photos. Dagnammit! Where are you? Where are you? Ah, here it is. Right. So that there is the big Mobius sire that I done for her. Oh, and that's the small Mobius sire that I've done for her. So I actually really like that. I think that's one of my favourite bases and stances I've ever done. I was going through some pictures and I thought, oh, I remember that. But yeah, so big Mobius sire, and I ordered a base and then small Mobius sire. But when Dan done the Sabbat Crusade, or the War Master, wasn't it? It was one of the last Gaunt Ghosts books that they did. And they actually done artwork, like proper sort of like Titanicus artwork for Legio Invicta. And they have bloody like Caliban green accents on them. So I really should ask Nikki to either send it back, or if we ever meet up again for a Black Library Weekender type shenanigans, get her and Cole to actually bring it along with her. And then I'll just paint it while I'm there, because you know me, I just paint quick. But yes, so that was oh yeah, the other thing I was going to show, yeah, so Sif so I've just seen a reply. I'm not going to go into it because it was actually there. Don't worry. But yeah, Sif is a naval chap. He's an officer on board actually it's quite a famous ship now, because I don't know if you've seen on like Warhammer Community and on various other places, two sailors playing Adeptus Titanicus in Antarctica. Well, those two guys are on Sif's ship. But Sif had this picture, and I asked if I could try and do like a photo edit on there, so it made it look like it was an oil painting. And he sent me a picture. He's actually printed it off and framed, and it's just made my evening. So that dashing fellow there, once it would actually, I don't know, a Sif original, but it was just just having a little, you know me, I like to have a little fiddle around. Not on your level, because obviously you're a bit better than I am by a vast margin. But with my nascent photo editing skills, but that has just really blown my mind that he actually got that printed off and framed on his wall, which was beautiful. Yes. So we've done quite a bloody hell, it's 11:45. Shit. Yes. So we've been successful with the operation. Well, thank you very much. That is high praise from you, sir. So yeah, we've got the maids Vandali, Nomadic Vandal done, magnetized. I'm kind of glad that obviously Chrissy did disappear, because I didn't want to upset her again. With my drilling. But yeah, I'm really. I don't know if you know. There's a little 3D printed Space Marine like taking cover, not realizing he's about to get splatted. And there's another one. Yeah, it's there. But yeah, so next phase would be to which I'll probably be doing tomorrow. Oh, tired boy. Is getting this primed, base coated, and I might even try to get some other colours on it as well, because that's what the kind of thing I do. So that is going to be it for tonight, because I need to go to bed. It's been a very long day. I was up at 6. I was driving up to Warhammer World, did some stuff up there, and then driving way back, and then coming out and hanging out with you awesome people. So yeah, thank you all for hanging out with me and and participating in the chat. Thanks for dropping by and just, you know, relaxed, chilled, relaxed hangouts and stuff. I can't even get my words out properly. I'm on full drunken autocorrect right now. Back here on Saturday from 8 p.m. UK GMT time, which is +1 in Europe, or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's as long as the internet works. I'm surprised it's working as well as it has tonight. Not going to knock it, touching wood right now. Hope this carries on. Glad I'm actually kept. Yeah, it's lovely to have you here, buddy. Love to everybody, and love to you all, you wonderful people, you. And I hope you have some great hobbying exploits until we meet again on Saturday. So until then, happy hobbying. Peace out, people. Take care. Bye.